Let me tell you about what Calvin Klein is, or I'm trying to sell this one online. Yeah. So that's why it looks big on my wrist. I don't know if you're going to see it as big than, or if you're going to. Okay, good day. So today we're going to review a Calvin Klein watch. Okay, so before we're going to begin, let me tell you about Calvin Klein. So Calvin Klein is an American fashion house established in 1968. And then it specializes in leather, lifestyle accessories, home furnishings, perfumery, jewelry, watches, and ready-to-wear. Even though that they started or established in 1968, they started launching their watches in 1997. So as you can see there in the box, their watches are Swiss made. So I tried to research if their watches are really that good, because we all know that Swiss watches have good quality. That's what we know, right? So every time that we see a watch, or every time that we're going to buy a watch, if it is Swiss made, then it is an assurance already that it is a well-made watch. So I tried to research if the Calvin Klein watches are really that good as compared those Swiss watches that are available in the market, like Tissot, Omega, Rolex. What else? We have Patek Philippe, and those other Swiss watches or luxury watches that are Swiss made. So when I tried to research about it, about the Calvin Klein watches, based on my research, it says here that Calvin Klein watches are manufactured by the Swatch Group. Swatch Group is a Swiss manufacturer of watches and jewelry, and then they own the Swatch product line and other brands, including Blackpain, Breguet, Glashut Original. I do not know how to pronounce that one, but that's how I'm going to read it. And then we have Harry Winston, Longines, Omega, Tissot, and Rado. So, based on that one, we could say that Calvin Klein are really good watches, right? Okay, so let's try to check what watch is this. Okay, so here, see, it's a color green watch. I purchased this one, I think 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago. So Calvin Klein is known for a fashion brand. So that is why the design of their watches is also fashionable, very trendy, and very youthful. Okay, that's how I'm going to describe it. So this one, okay, so this watch, it's a green dial with green rubber band. And let me check the details about this watch. Wait. The details of this watch. Okay, so this is Calvin Klein Even men's watch. Okay, so the width of this watch, this one is 42 millimeters. For a men's watch, the size is just okay. Okay, so this is the size of the watch, which is the 42 millimeters. This is normally the size of a men's watch, because lower than 40, most of those lower than 40, it's women's sizes, or if not, they are for the youth, sa mga batanon. Okay, so sa mga batanon na mga people. Okay, so gagmay na silag size. So aside gagmay na silag size, or when we say gagmay silag size, it's smaller than the men's watches. So this one, it's 42 millimeters. So that's how it's going to look on my wrist. I have a relatively small wrist because I'm not a big person. Okay, so that's why it looks big on my wrist. So then this is made of mineral crystal. And then if you're going to look at here, okay, there, so it's not really that flat, so it's kind of dome. Okay, kanang ana siya, mura medyo dome siya diha iyang design. And then this is a Swiss made quartz watch. So when you say quartz, it's battery operated. Okay, and then the band is rubber, as I've said earlier. And then this is a green dial. Most people, or some people would call it a turtle watch because it's color green. Or some people also would say that this is a dollar watch because dollar, it's color green. So that's how they describe green dial watches. From what I know, I do not know how you're going to call green colored watches. Maybe you can say lumot, a lumot watch because it's color green. So as I've said earlier, it's trendy, it's youthful, it's youthful and very fashionable looking watch. Okay, I like the watch because it has a calendar, because I like watches that has a calendar feature there. And then the calendar, it's on the on the 3. And then if you're going to look closely here, okay, if you're going to look closely inside, the indicator here, it's made of stainless. See, it's very decent looking and dressy looking watch. If you're not going to consider the band, so it's kind of dressy. And then I really like the glow of that stainless, or the metal thing, the indicator that they use there. I really like the look of the watch. It's very simple, okay? Without considering the band, it's really kind of dressy looking. But since it is made of a rubber band, I mean the strap, it's a rubber band, then it's a casual fashion watch. The downside of this one, because I tried to wear this one when I purchased, is the band. It's a very thick band. It's a very thick rubber band. And then if you have a big wrist, okay, so most probably diri ra gyud mo na siya masuot sa second what do you call it, the second hole or sa first hole. So if you're going to wear it, there's a second hole, and then if you're going to insert this one here, sa iyang belt, it's kinda difficult because the rubber, it's kanang gahi siya. It's a hard type of rubber there. So it's kinda difficult to wear it, to insert the rubber sa kaniyang belt there. Okay, so I'm kind of scared if I'm going to snap it, if I'm going to break this one, because then I cannot wear it anymore, and then I'm going to look for a band online to replace this one. So for me, that is really the downside of this watch, okay, because it's a hard kind of rubber, but it's a quality kind of rubber. And then aside from that, also this one here, there's a barrier, so you cannot easily move this one unless you're going to force it out from the barrier there. Okay, and then also this watch comes in different colors. I also bought this one, ta-da, the red one. See? It's also a good looking watch. if you are a watch collector, I suggest that you also try to consider fashion watches to be part of your collection. I know that watch collectors, they only consider those brands that are brands where kanang watchmakers are good sila. Okay, unlike with the Calvin Klein, they started out selling clothes or fashionable clothes before they launched their watches, and then their watches are considered just fashion watches. But these are Swiss made. Okay, Swiss made, and then the manufacturer of this one is the Swatch Group, and then we all know the Swatch Group. They are the manufacturers of those brands that I've said earlier: the Rado, the Tissot, the Omega, the Longines, and then the rest of those brands that are difficult to pronounce. So I would say that these Calvin Klein watches are good quality watches, and then they deserve to be part of your collection. So I think that's it for this review. I hope you like my review of the Calvin Klein watches. No, wait. This is not even men's watch. This is Calvin Klein Evidence. This is the Calvin Klein Evidence men's watch, by the way. I got confused because I also have the Calvin Klein even men's watch. That's it. Then thank you for listening, and then see you next time. Bye.